Thank you, Coach. We are about 15 miles west of downtown Phoenix at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Ryan to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the 1st quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Murray now on 1st down. Forced out to his left. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down and a 21-yard gain.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
They'll run it with Johnson. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A gain there of 21 yards. From the gun, Murray. And he's got it. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And and the Cardinals will go up 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. And let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Push him back. Push him back.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Tack McKinley able to record his 5th sack of the season. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starting in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Here's Andy Lee now as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. It's taken to the 26. Now a hit and a loose football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket, maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus you're closing down.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Ryan picked by his former teammate Robert Alford, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's one they certainly wish they had back, a loss of 8. So now they operate back from their side of the field here, 2nd and long. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tack McKinley in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. He's got a man. Complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
Let's go now. Pittsburgh. Hey, check Mike 45.
Murray and company going for it on 4th. He's got his man. It's Butler. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? Murray now on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. The 30. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Well, later tonight, we have more football. Sunday night football, a good one out west. Steelers and Chargers might see equal amounts of black and gold mixed with a powder blue in the stands for that one. And then tomorrow, Monday night football, Detroit and Green Bay battle in the NFC North from Lambeau Field. A very solid gain of 27. Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the second?
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. 11 yards there, 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley. That'll bring up 2nd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there, and that'll bring up second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
20.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. On 3rd down, Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. 4th down. Here's Ryan. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Murray going to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kenny Stills. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And Jones has it over the middle. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Ryan. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
58, right there. Come on, D. Bravo.
Now Ryan. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
21.
Check, 48's the mark.
5.
Check.
Ryan. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. Tavecchio puts this one through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Check, 59.
And they start the second half with Johnson. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Murray, he'll rifle this one deep right side. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and now it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 15.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight up there. He's coming. We got double up.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Now it's Ryan. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Byron Murphy, the rookie from Washington. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
After the turnover, here's Murray. And this is caught at the 8. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. he stills. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals turning that interception into a touchdown. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes it a 21-10 game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. A gain of 3, second down. On 2nd and 7, Ryan.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays. That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to run.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards, the final tally. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Hassan Reddick able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now it's Ryan. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Now it's Peterson. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
On the set. 45, Mike. 45. You must be dreaming.
Play fake. Murray. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The sack coming from Adrian Claiborne off the edge.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 12.
On play action, it's Murray. And he finds his man. That's Butler. And he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now Ryan. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Austin Hooper, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Here's Ryan. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's going to take this all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Matt Ryan trying to lead the Falcons from behind. Last year in 16 starts, just 1 fourth-quarter comeback for the Q. 17. Ryan got his man complete over the middle. Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
First down, Atlanta.
Now Ryan on first down. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
To throw again is Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Chandler Jones racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Now this throw caught left side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain there of 21 yards.
And the Falcon first down.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Buda Baker with a pick. And he'll take this back all the way up past across the 45-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Johnson the intended target, and now it's 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Adrian Claiborne able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Time to go. Nice.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock. Really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here we go.
At their own 16-yard line.
Ryan to the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 16.
51.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Dancing to his left. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now a shot into coverage downfield is complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're...
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense,
and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Adrian Claiborne able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here's Murray from midfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Clay, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd down and 12. To throw is Murray. And he finds Stills, complete. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you can hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Check. 60 out. 59. 3 birds.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Cardinals, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will hit the road next week to